is my great pleasure to serve as your National President. On behalf of everyone on National Council, we are pleased to have this opportunity to share our State of the Fraternity address with you. When we gave our remarks at the 2010 convention in Phoenix, we set lofty goals for this organization, its volunteers, members, and the national headquarters staff. I am proud to report we have surpassed these goals. A passion of mine, shared by this council, is leadership programming. Our vision to provide premier leadership programming certainly came true this biennium. In the summer of 2011, we hosted the first ever organization-specific undergraduate interfraternity institute, Phi Mu UIFI. 224 collegians, presidents and emerging leaders participated in this life-changing Leadership Development Institute. It is because of the incredibly positive feedback about Phi Mu UIFI that we decided to hold Phi Mu Impact prior to convention. This commitment to programming is not limited to our collegiate chapters. We held an officers retreat each spring for national and area officers, which will continue to be offered every year. I appreciate all we can do remotely in this day and age, but there's nothing like coming together to advance our fraternity. With lots of hard work by Ashley McDaniel, Vice President Collegiate Operations, and Molly Williams, Vice President Finance, we also held a Chapter Advisor and House Corporation Forum in June of last year. At the forum, our critically important frontline volunteers were provided with training and support to allow them to be successful in their position. This forum will continue to be held biannually in non-convention years. I want to thank Phi Mu Foundation and foundation donors. Generous leadership grants from Phi Mu Foundation, in addition to the fraternity's investment, helped make possible programs such as Phi Mu UIFI, Phi Mu Impact, the Officers Retreat, the Chapter Advisor and House Corporation Forum. I am grateful to be in this partnership with you. Operationally, we have also accomplished a great deal. As the world continues to evolve, it is imperative that our fraternity changes with the times. I have led our volunteers and staff in examining our governing documents to ensure we are abiding by our policies and that our policies are relevant. In business meetings, we will share updates with you and you will vote on some important changes. Finally, our collegiate and alumni chapters have an annual report that is called the Commitment to Excellence. That is not just the name of a report. I am committed to holding our chapters and our members accountable. We can achieve excellence, but if chapters do not meet our expectations or live up to the values of our fraternity, we will make the very difficult decision to suspend operations when necessary. I truly want all of our members to have a wonderful experience in our vibrant sisterhood. It is our shared responsibility to ensure that that happens. The rest of National Council will now share their State of the Fraternity address with you.
It has been my privilege serving as your Vice President, Collegiate Operations. I am proud of all accomplishments made by our collegiate chapters, and I am very proud of how the officers in this department and the headquarters staff members aligned with us have moved the fraternity forward. We depended on a great amount of cross-departmental collaboration to make our vibrant vision a reality. We all began our Phi Mu experience with the Phi program. I am excited to announce that our Phi program is now completely web-based. Our collegiate women are very technology-oriented, so this meets their learning style needs. The new program is interactive, entertaining, and allows the chapter's Phi director to track each Phi's progress. This project encompassed the entire biennium as we researched, created, and piloted the program. A keepsake book was also developed that the Phi can personalize and keep. Both years of the biennium, we hosted regional officer trainings for chapter executive committee members. The curriculum was developed and presented by national and area officers. The ROTs were enhanced this biennium to provide collegiate officers with very practical skills to help them succeed individually as an officer and together as the executive committee team. We have also provided more online webinar trainings than at any other time in the fraternity's history. Although I definitely appreciate opportunities that we have to work with our chapters in person, thanks to technology advancements, we can now accomplish a great deal remotely. The results of this investment in webinar software are better trained chapter officers and advisors and strengthened relationships between our volunteers and our collegiate members. FIMU was founded as a literary society. We are still very committed to the academic endeavors of our members. We debuted the Academic Excellence Plan this year. Each collegiate chapter will create a plan, submit it through the officer portal, and consultants, CRCs, area officers, and the National Academic Excellence Chairman will support the chapter in following through on its academic goals. We also have academic excellence ideas and resources available on the Online Leadership Center. As an educator, it makes me proud that we are focusing on our roots with this dedication to our members' success in school. And finally, a very important component of my position is overseeing disciplinary actions. I regret that our members and chapters sometimes make choices that negatively impact them individually and the fraternity as a whole. Other officers and I thoroughly examined our discipline manual to ensure it was current and compliant with advice from our legal counsel, and we made necessary changes to both the manual and the standing rules and procedures sections that deal with discipline. I am confident you will appreciate all of the updates that were made to these documents.
Thank you for the opportunity to serve as the Vice President Collegiate Membership for the last 4 years. What I have gained personally and professionally from this experience is immeasurable, and I'm grateful for the collaboration with my FIMU sisters, collegiate, and alumni all across our organization. During my tenure, the membership department has strived to meet the needs of FIMU collegiate members through continued training and innovation in recruiting methods that are tailored to a wide variety of chapters in size, region, and type of campus. Through web-based training reaching hundreds of officers and advisors every summer, to over 150 visits made by the membership volunteer team this biennium, our goal has been recruiting success for every chapter, which translates to the personal success of every FIMU involved in recruiting efforts. In the same vein, we created the National Enrichment and Colony teams within the membership department. They directly support specific chapters based on their unique needs and potential. The NET supports chapters under a consultation model, and FIMU's newest chapters directly report to the Colony team for support and direction. I applaud the efforts of the volunteers who developed these new initiatives, and am happy to report that the positive impact of their efforts in chapter recruiting strengths and CTE scores.
This biennium, the Alumni Department debuted and had an overwhelming number of alumni join Forever Faithful, our alumni membership program. FIMU truly is for a lifetime, and all of our Forever Faithful members demonstrate that. I know most, if not all, of the alumni at our convention are members of Forever Faithful, so thanks to you, we're assisting the fraternity with aggressive expansion nationwide, helping to sponsor training for alumni chapters and chapter associations, collegiate chapters, and house corporations, providing cutting-edge technology for alumni use, and supporting the award-winning Aglaia magazine. Alumni may join Forever Faithful by mailing in dues or joining online through the FIMU website. In other technological advancements, we contracted with Gen System to support discounted websites to alumni chapters and chapter associations. I realize that an effective website is crucial for our membership recruitment and engagement, so I am proud that the fraternity supported this investment in our alumni groups. Alumni programming was another success this biennium. We held 2 regional alumni officer training sessions in the summer of 2011. The alumni department developed all the materials and facilitated the programming. This was the first local programming provided to alumni chapters and chapter association leaders in nearly 10 years. We plan to hold 3 regional alumni officer training sessions in 2013. Phi Mu Fraternity was also proud to host the Alumni Leadership Summit last summer. We invited National Panhellenic Conference Organization Sisters to come to our beautiful headquarters to share, network, all about ideas for alumni programming and involvement. The event was beneficial and enjoyed by everyone in attendance. We have also implemented an alumni chapter extension process. I'm of course grateful for our many long-standing alumni chapters, but realize that we need a structured process and materials in place to support alumni looking to start a new alumni chapter. This process allows our alumni department staff and volunteers to work with interested alumni in determining whether a new alumni chapter is viable, identifying potential members, coordinating an initial interest meeting, and clarifying the steps necessary to receive an alumni chapter charter.
First things first. In short, the fraternity is better off financially than we have ever been. Thank you to all of the officers and staff in my department, and thank you to all the chapters who pay their bills on time. Last summer, I worked with the other volunteer leaders to execute our first ever meeting solely to gather and provide support for our House Corporation officers. The House Corporation Forum held at the headquarters was a great success. When housing is an option, we have a great house. We tend to have a great chapter. So I am thankful to the fraternity for supporting these incredibly important volunteers in their work. In addition to the House Corporation Forum, I am working with the fraternity staff and volunteers to provide additional training and leadership resources to our House corporations. The goal is for the fraternity and the House corporations to be partners in ensuring that the chapter house, the lodge, or room is well cared for and is an asset to the members who live in the house or use that space. The fraternity is investing a substantial portion of our resources into actively acquiring new houses and renovating leased properties. Some of the projects completed during this biennium include leasing a house for Delta at Tulane University, leasing a house for Lambda Theta at the University of South Carolina, and we have leased land from the University of Kentucky to build a new house for Rho Iota. Additionally, the Eta Beta House Corporation at the University of Washington was returned to the National House Corporation. Many National Council officers have talked about technology updates. In the finance department, we integrated our financial accounting software, Sage ACPAC, with Patriot, the fraternity's member database. This streamlined the Collegiate chapter billing process for all national fees. Our chapters can now view or print detailed billing statements in real time from Officer Portal. You'll hear more about this in my financial report, but I wanted to share with you the incredible work we've done regarding collections. We unfortunately had Collegiate members leave their chapters with a balance due, from a few fines to thousands of dollars in rent due. These women were in bad standing with the fraternity, and coordinated efforts had not been made to educate them, in case they were not aware, or to notify them of this obligation to pay. We created a collections department at the headquarters that has collected over $160,000 for our Collegiate chapters.
The vision of the National Panhellenic Conference, or NPC, is advancing the sorority experience together. Just as your chapters have a Panhellenic group on campus, all NPC organizations work together to better the sorority experience for our members. As your NPC delegate, I help enact positive change for Phi Mu. Our fraternity's 3 alternate NPC delegates and I serve on several NPC committees. In addition to serving on either the college or alumni Panhellenics committee, a sampling of the ways in which your delegation is involved include Beth Monin, who is the advisor to New College Panhellenics Mid-America South, Frances Mitchelson, who is the chairman of the University Documents Review Committee, and Shani Burley Moore, who serves on the Educational Development Committee. In one of my NPC roles, I am the chairman of the Housing Committee. Phi Mu also has several volunteers and staff who volunteer as release figure method specialists, helping all groups be as successful as possible with formal recruitment. Over the course of the biennium, other fraternity volunteers, staff members, and I have had the pleasure of presenting at several of the fraternity sorority regional conferences, such as AFLV Central, NGLA, and SEPC. It is always a pleasure to meet Phi Mu sisters at these events. One very important part of my role is working on government relations for the fraternity. MPC is a part of the Fraternal Grassroots Coalition, whose purpose is to build a platform for the federal government to support the objectives of fraternal life. The most visible component of this is the Fraternity and Sorority Political Action Committee, or PAC, and the congressional visits that Chris, Darlene, two collegians, and I made each year of the biennium. On those trips, we met with our nation's leaders to share the importance of the Collegiate Housing and Infrastructure Act and its impact on our members as well as on institutions of higher education. And finally, but perhaps the way your Panhellenic officers and I interact often with your chapter, the alternate delegates and I provide Panhellenic assistance. If there is a question about raising total on your campus, if your Panhellenic is considering expansion and inviting a new sorority to campus, or if your alumni chapter wants to start an alumni Panhellenic organization in your city, we are here as resources to assist you.
It's been an exciting 2 years in the Extension Department. We've had a fantastic success rate with our presentations and already have chapters scheduled to open this fall, in 2013, and in 2014. I want to thank the many Phi Mu women who've assisted with extension presentations across the country for helping make this growth possible. Our programming and communications departments provide support to many different areas of our fraternity. This biennium, we were involved in the creation of important new resources, including the new Phi program and keepsake book, the revised Ritual of Phi Mu Fraternity, and the programs Phi Mu's Against Hazing and National Ritual Celebration Week. Increasing our online presence continues to be a priority. This biennium, Phi Mu formally established our presence on LinkedIn and Pinterest, and our number of Facebook likes increased from 7,000 to almost 25,000. An updated PhiMu.org was unveiled at our last convention, and in 2011, we won an Outstanding Website Award at the Fraternity Communications Association Annual Conference. We also received a Story Packaging Award for the Fall 2010 Aglaia article, Timeless Elegance and Vibrant Sisterhood at the Arizona Biltmore. This was the first time in many years that Phi Mu has won an award from FCA, and that issue of the magazine was our first after moving the editor position back into the headquarters. I'm extremely proud that Phi Mu has been recognized for the excellent strides we've made with our marketing and communications tools.
Much of what I would like to report to you has already been covered by National Council. It is truly a pleasure to work for this fraternity with such a vibrant group of leaders and such an incredible national headquarters staff. It is my and the staff's job to implement the vision of the National Council. We are often the silent partner behind events and programs that they plan. We provide their support to allow their dreams for this organization to come true. And they, as well as the staff, have certainly had a busy biennium. The events that were main focus for staff were both regional officer trainings, Phi Mu UIFI, Phi Mu Impact, and National Convention. I take very seriously all of the details and the budget when bringing these programs to life for our fraternity. I am proud of our innovative council for offering these opportunities to members, and proud of the staff members who help plan and attend them. In financial news, to echo Molly, we are doing very well. The Carnation Collection had its most profitable fiscal year ever last year, with profits of $170,000. A tremendous growth considering 5 years ago, we were barely turning a profit. Our product is very appealing, and the response from all of you has been wonderful. In 2010, I went to China to work on direct purchasing for Phi Mu. That benefited both the Carnation Collection and all of our collegiate chapters. We were able to arrange orders for new ritual robes at a great savings. And we passed that savings along in the pricing for our chapters, saving our chapters more than $65,000 this year alone. With the rollout of Forever Faithful, we processed 5,650 payments. We established a collections department that collected $160,000 in their first year. A focus of my time has been finding houses for our chapters, and I have enjoyed meeting and working with many of our house corporations. I look forward to our continued growth in the housing arena. The fraternity staff has grown to 23 professional staff members and 10 chapter consultants. It's not simply the size of the staff, but the professionalism that they bring that I am most proud of. Many of the jobs that were being done by our volunteer leaders are now done through the staff at the national headquarters, improving both efficiency and consistency for our volunteers and chapters. I hope this video has given you an overview and that you join National Council and me in celebrating FIMU's many, many accomplishments. This biennium, we appreciated the opportunity to share our State of the Fraternity remarks with you. I look forward to even greater achievements in the next biennium. Thank you.